on them, and we'll get all Jackie's stuff in there now. So let's go back. You've been doing, I've known you a long time, and you've been in business for yourself a long time. Let's take you back to the beginning. Did you ever have a job?
Well, let's start before that.
Before you had a job, okay.
Before I had a job,
Your
I was
diapers. Your
11
diapers.
years
Yeah.
old. I was 11 years old, Tom, and
Yep.
I told my parents that I was going to be a sports writer.
Okay.
Now, you said we're not exactly young chicks, so there weren't any women sports writers in
Yep.
that era.
Right.
And so at 20, I was at the Detroit Free Press. At 21, I was at the Associated Press and on the front pages of the Los Angeles Times. And at 22, I was at the Washington Post. And by the way, I'd also co-hosted Dodger Dugout on Channel 11 here in Los Angeles. So that was my first work experience. But from there, after I left the Post, I really kind of segued into the PR business. And it happened, I had a minor in PR, and I was actually in between, and I was freelancing, and I got a phone call from a PR agency here in Los Angeles that said, "Would you like to help us promote a running event for Quaker Oats? We got your name from the LA Times." And I said, "Well, sure." And I came in and I started working at that agency. It was a huge success. And then a friend of mine at a major advertising agency in New York was building the campaign to introduce Yoplait yogurt to the Western United States. And he said, "I'd like you to do this, but it's competitive. Would you go to the people you've been freelancing for and see if they would be interested in pitching this with you?" So we went, they agreed to it. We pitched the business, and then I brought Yoplait yogurt into the agency to introduce it to the US for the
Wow.
first time. So I learned the business under a baptism by fire, go do it. And we took the product to #1 in less than 6 months in the market. And I had
Wow.
all kinds of promotional vehicles, sampling vans, hot air balloons, bicycle races, and lots of product publicity. We were on the front pages of the LA Times with huge stories that talked about the fact we were in a war with Dannon for the yogurt primacy.
Right.
It was a huge success. And so that